Hello, my fellow preppers. You know, I've seen a bunch of good videos on YouTube. I just thought I had a couple good ideas I wanted to share with everybody. So, first thing I wanted to start off with is the importance of bleach in a prepper's world. Obviously, water is very important to us, and we cannot live without it. So, what does one do when one doesn't have tap water pouring at an available basis? Well, there's lots of different things we can do. We can boil water, we can pasteurize water, or we can take 8 drops of Clorox bleach, or any kind of bleach for that matter, per 1 gallon of water. Stir it up and let it sit for 30 minutes, and there we go. You have clean drinking water. So, one thing to add to any prepper's inventory would be multiple gallons of bleach. Obviously, it's good for cleaning and sanitizing, but if my math is good, I think 1 gallon of bleach will purify 1,600 gallons of drinking water. Yeah, that's right. So 8 drops per gallon, and I think I can't remember how many drops per gallon, but at least per gallon of bleach, but I think it's 1,600 gallons of drinking water that 1 gallon of bleach will yield. So I've got a couple of the things here I wanted to talk about. You'll see here there's actually it's kind of a grease guard for a pan. You might be wondering why I have a grease guard. One thing I learned from watching some of the shows and doing some of the research that I've done is that one way to filter drinking water is to, let's say, take a 5-gallon bucket and layer, let's say make layers of sand, charcoal, sand, charcoal, sand, and then you pour the water in through it and it filters out the bottom. Obviously you want to have a hole at the bottom, but one thing to help filter out or prevent sand and charcoal from getting into to your next container is with a splatter guard or a grease guard. I don't know what the microns are on this, but let's see, we can zoom in a little bit, see if we can get a good picture on that. I don't know if we're going to get a very good picture on that, but anyways, what one could do is cut this off right at the base, wrap it in a t-shirt, and place it flat in a 5-gallon container, and then put your sand and charcoal and so on and so forth, put those layers on top. Then you pour your water on top of that, it filters it, then you can boil it, you can put bleach in it, and you can pasteurize it, you can do any number of things to provide clean drinking water. One of the things that I've done in my prepping is I went out and bought a vacuum sealer, and I've kind of gone crazy with this thing. My friends kind of busted my chops on it a little bit, but one of the things that I did is I went out and I bought a ton of beans from Walmart, probably in the area of 200 or 300 pounds. I don't know. It's a shit ton, as we say in the South. So different kinds of beans. You got black beans, pinto beans, lentils, red beans, really anything I could find. And what I did is I took it in a stock pot. I put everything in a stock pot. I stirred it up to try and get an equal distribution of beans. And then I took about, I don't know, 2 or 3 cups per bag, along with 1 cup of brown rice, and let's see if you can see it in there. Oh, there it is. A bouillon cube. So I haven't tried this out. I don't know if 1 bouillon cube is going to be enough to flavor all of this, but I figured, you know, it's better than nothing. So I'm thinking that this might feed 4 to 6 people, maybe, for 1 meal. I'm hoping so, because I probably have about, I don't know, about 100 of those. Another thing that I have done with my vacuum sealer is vacuum seal a lot of my ammo. basically because I was really freaking bored one day, and well, that's pretty much it. I was bored one day, so vacuum sealed all my ammo. Let's see. Oh, along with that, I was definitely nerding it up with my vacuum sealer that day. I vacuum sealed a lot of my survival knives. That is a K-bar. That's actually a Taiwan version of it. I think that's 1085 steel on that, as previously reviewed by my buddy Nut and Fancy, which is a pretty good, inexpensive survival blade. Now, another thing that I haven't seen done, you know, the reality is that most of us are not experts in survival. We're not doctors, we're not dentists, we're not farmers. We're so far removed from our farming forefathers that, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I have no freaking clue how to grow anything. You know, I had a little luck in college, maybe growing a couple pot plants here and there, but yeah, that's about it. Anyways, that was many moons ago. So, that was purely luck. So one thing I've done is I went on to Amazon. Let me lay all these out here. Bear with me as the camera's jiggling around. I went out to Amazon. I did some research on various books that might be advantageous in a you know, SHTF kind of scenario. So what I did is I went out and I bought these books, and I put them in Ziploc bags, in 1 gallon Ziploc bags, to keep moisture out and so forth. So what I ended up with, and you guys might want to check this stuff out, is, let's start from here. I've got the Forager's Harvest Edible Wild Plants. I've got Survive the End of the World as We Know It. I've got a very good book, which from what I understand is used in third world countries. It's called Where There Is No Doctor. I've also got the Illustrated Guide to Edible Wild Plants, Preserving Food, Nature's Garden, Edible Wild Plants, another book on edible wild plants. I've got Where There Is No Dentist, which is the sequel to Where There Is No Doctor. I can't wait for the prequel, Where There Is No I don't know, Where There Is No something. I got the Special Ops Forces Medical Handbook. Got the Mini Farming book. And of course, no book collection is complete without the Department of the Army's FM 2176 Survival Guide. So those are some of the books that I've gotten. Another thing that I thought would be advantageous. I don't know about a lot of you guys out there, but I don't have the resources to go out and buy a bunch of gold. So one thing I thought would be worth its weight in gold would be light, because obviously in a worst case scenario, you're not going to have access to electricity. So one thing that's going to be extremely valuable is light, especially solar powered light. This manufacturer, D.Light, which I found on the internet, is fantastic. These things are $15.95 each. If you go to the manufacturer's website, you can find them for that. And once you place your initial order, they will send you an email saying that, hey, if you want to send us a picture of you using our product, we will rebate your next order by 25%. So these things are actually really, really good. I will, in a minute, I'll turn the light off here and show you how that works. Another thing I found, and these are, this is a Red Cross. I think Red Cross partnered with this manufacturer, Eaton, to come up with this solar-powered flashlight, radio. Let's see, what else does it do? It'll charge your cell phone. It's pretty cool. It's AM/FM. It gets all 7 of the weather bands. Really high quality product. I was very impressed with the craftsmanship when I pulled it out of the box. Very high quality. So I will turn this on. I'll turn off the lights here in a second and turn that on so you guys can check it out. So let me do that real quick.